all of my lovely people, my humans. Okay, so anyways, in this video, this is actually going to be something I have been ranting about for the longest. I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm yelling. It's just that this is what I have been dealing with ever since I even came to a 4-year college. But in this video, I'm going to tell you what advisors do not want to tell you. Especially mine, at least. I don't know if, some of you may have had the advisor I had, or if y'all advisor actually told y'all about this. Because you actually have some advisors who are good and helpful and will tell you exactly what you need to know to be successful in college. Mine, on the other hand, I don't know what her problem was, but she had me twisted. All the way twisted. Alright, so what advisors do not want to tell you. The number one important thing that I have been stressing to people about. How many credit hours you need to take. Now, you have some advisors who tell you that you need to take at least anywhere from 12 to 18. Some will say 12. Some will actually keep out 12 and tell you that you need to take at least 15 to 18 credit hours. That will make you believe that if you don't take the allotted amount of hours, that you will be behind on graduating. I want to say on graduation. You'll be behind on graduating. Let me tell you, okay? I am 24 years old. I am still doing... I'm 25. I just turned 25 June 25th. I'm sorry. But I am 25 years old. And I am still in my undergrad years. Because I am taking my time. Like, in college, you have to take your time. It is not a race. Do not rush it. Because in this time, you are actually getting to know yourself. You are trying to figure out exactly what you want to do in life. And you are basically trying to work on you and get yourself together for when you step out into the real world. Now, that's credit hours. Now, a lot of you may be on scholarships like I am. And some of those scholarships actually want you to be full-time. Full-time consists of 12 hours, okay? Just 12 hours. Now, if you are on, let's say, like the VA scholarship, whatever it's called, or the GI Bill, whatever, then you don't, I want to say on the GI Bill, I think it still is 12 hours. But if you go to school for free because your parents were in the military and you're like on a VA scholarship or something like that, then do not rush it. If you can take 12 hours, take 12 hours. If you can take more than 12, then do that. But do it at your own pace. When it comes to picking classes, you have to pick your classes as soon as when registration opens. Because if you don't, you are SOL until the first week of the semester starts. And then, around that time people start to drop or whatever, then you have to hurry up and try to get into that class that you need to get in. Because I'm telling you, waiting till the last minute to find classes, But in the meantime, what I typically do that helps me a lot, I go ahead and pick out my next classes for the next semester. And what helps me is that I have a group me, because I am a part of like different organizations on campus. So I do send out like different types of messages to my different organizations and ask the people in it, what teacher is better for whatever class I'm in. Because there's some of them who actually are the same major as me and have taken that class. So I ask them, or either you can use ratemyprofessor.com. And that helps a lot because you have a lot of people who go on there and put the professor's name, their difficulty level, and actually like explain in like the comment section like how the class went, what they have to do in class, if the class is easy or not. And then also have tags as well describing whether you can skip it and still pass, or skip it and get a failing, or saying if it's heavy homework, light homework, like stuff like that. And it even tells you how hot the teacher is. I don't even know why that's important. But aside from all that, please use Read My Professor. Even use some students around campus, ask their opinion on, who they feel is best or whatever else. I mean, if you have an advisor that does help you determine which teacher is best for you, then kudos. But if you don't, then please use Read My Professor, as well as communicate with different students on campus, or if you're in organizations, utilize them as well. Now, when it comes to the forgiveness policy, I don't know if other schools have the forgiveness policy, but I know my school does. So, with the forgiveness policy, let's just say you make a D in a class and you go back the next semester and you retake the class and you make like an A. You can fill out that form and it basically drops the D to where, I'm sorry, it's just people out my window, but it basically drops the D to where it is non-existent and like it never even happened, which is good, especially when boosting your GPA. But when it comes to the prereq for medical school, when I first did my orientation for UAB, I was told that I had to be a science major if I wanted to do either dental, medical, PA, anything dealing with anything just medical related. I had to be a science major. So that's why I chose biology. But when it comes to the prereq for medical school, you don't have to be a science major in order to get into medical school. Like, you don't at all. As long as you do the prereqs necessary to get into medical school, then okay, you're good. But other than that, you don't have to be a science major. It says that 51% of students who enrolled in medical school in 2012 majored in biological science, which consists of humanities, math, statistics, physical science, social science, or any specialized health science. And health science can be psychology, which is exactly what I said. So I actually had to learn about all this basically the beginning of my senior year from my pre-health advisor, which I am a senior still, and I'm still here. But I had to learn about that from my pre-health advisor. My advisor for my major, she wouldn't tell me a lot of stuff. Oh, and also another thing that I learned as well, if you're trying to be, like, go into any type of pre-professional science, please take human anatomy, okay? If you take human anatomy, that will also get your foot in the door as well. I actually learned that from my human anatomy teacher that my advisor did not want to tell me. And also, so this is basically the minimum requirements for medical school. For your MCAT score, it can be at least a 495. Some people's GPA is 3.7, 3.8. But also what my advisor told me, you don't have to have a GPA that high. You can actually you can actually meet all of the minimum requirements to get in. But if you score extremely well on the MCAT, girl, you good. Like, I feel like some people, they put more stress on college students than necessary. So you don't have to sit here and stress yourself over something that you don't really need to be stressing about. It does say you have to have a C or better in all required courses, which consists of, like I said, general biology. You have to take 123 and 124. You can either take biochemistry or 8 semester hours of organic chemistry with lab. So you have that option. You have to take general physics. It can be online or community college. And they also accept AP and CLEP credit. As far as math, it can be biostatistics, statistics, or 6 semester hours. So let's say you took trigonometry in Cal 1. You can do that, or geometry or stuff like that. Well, I don't know about geometry now, but I know like pre-cal, trig, calculus. I mean, if you took Cal 1, Cal 2, you could. English, you gotta take English 101, 102. And that's really it, honestly. So those are the prereqs that are needed. I mean, with the English 101 and 102, you have to take that anyway, especially for your what are they called? Especially for your prereqs, especially when starting out in college. That's with any major, you have to take that. And also you have to take a science for your prereq as well. So I mean, if you want to do medical school, you might as well just go ahead and just get those out the way, knock those out. And last but not least, with graduate school. Now, what I plan to do, because it's something else my lovely advisor did not tell me. So with grad school, as long as you have at least like a 2.8, 2.9, you can get into graduate school, sweetheart. You can. You don't have to have a 3.0 or higher. You can get in with a 2.8 or 2.9, because if your GPA is like lower than that, and let's say throughout your undergrad year it just starts to get higher, if you just so happen to graduate with a 2.8, let's say a 2.87 or 2.9 or whatever, they can actually see that, man, this person went from a 1.6 to a 2.8 or a 2.9, and you will get in because it actually shows that you are willing to do the work, put the effort in, and get to where you need to be. So you don't have to have 3.0 or higher. That's completely inaccurate, and my advisor did not want to tell me that. But yeah, I mean, especially if you're starting out with college, please have fun, okay? College is about new experiences. Don't do anything crazy just because I said new experiences. It's just a time where you can grow, learn about you, and just trying to find what works best for you. But like I tell my sister and my friends, do not rush. Take your time. It's not a race. Do what you can. Don't rush, okay? Going crazy and flipping a desk is not worth it, okay? That being said, you have a wonderful day, night, evening, wherever you are. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.